Hello, everybody. It's me, Professor Brown, your teacher. Yeah. Okay. Now, we have no more days left, right? Week 3 extended all the way until June 24th. So it was actually a week. And how many extra days did I give you? Usually I do it on Saturday. I gave you until, let's see, the 21st, and then the 22nd, and then the 24th. So you guys have one, two, three, four extra days. So now we have an abbreviated week 4. And this abbreviated week 4, I've taken a lot of your quizzes off. I'm going through your quizzes because we lost those 4 days, and we only have 8 weeks, right? Every day matters. Um, I have to restructure now how we're going through the class and take some things out. So you'll notice this week we don't have a discussion. Also, you have more time to do your reading. Sisterhood ain't easy. It's complicated. So next week you'll have something about sisterhood. This week, this is what I want you to focus on. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Week 4, I'm going to blow it up. Boom. Right? So, week 4, we're going to work on our outline and find visuals for our term paper. So, we're now week 4, step 4. Okay, we're going to learn about syllogistic reasoning, a syllogism, and a syllogism is just a deeper part of deduction. So last week you learned about deduction. This week we're going deeper into deduction and learning about syllogistic reasoning or syllogisms, okay? Next week we'll learn about enthymemes, okay? Now let's scroll down. This is where your video is going to be. Here are the assignments. I need to fix this. This keeps saying week 1. These are the assignments, okay? So they're due by June 24th by 11:59 p.m. There is no extra time. You're going to locate a graphic, okay? Locate illustrations and graphics for your term paper. So you need one illustration or news photo for your term paper, one chart, graph, or infographic for your term paper. That's a total of two images, okay? You need it for your paper, and you will see when you have your outline. Let's go back home. Go to our assignments. And step 4, create an outline for your term paper. Okay? So now it's time to organize our thoughts and our research. Right now, I'm going to tell you, let go of judgment. Stop trying to be perfect. Don't send me a message at 11:50 asking for more time because you're almost finished. Turn in what you have. Okay? I'm saying it now. Turn in what you have. Stop trying to be perfect. There is no perfection. There is only practice. The more you practice, the better you get. Let go of anxiety. What is the anxiety? The anxiety is the judgment. The judgment of, oh, my thoughts aren't good enough. I can't, I'm not, I don't, right? All of that. Let it all go. If you want, you could write it in your journal. Okay, write it down. All those negative thoughts that you're feeling, those limiting beliefs, let that stuff go and allow yourself to do this outline. You're only writing a couple of sentences for each one of your points. Okay, so now once you submit your outline, you are going to be put into what? A peer review group, but you must submit. Once the submission date has passed, June 29th, you'll be put in a peer review group, and then we'll go from there and you'll get further information from me. If you do not submit, you will not be put into a peer group and you're going to miss a lot of next week's assignments. So I strongly recommend, I highly recommend. Let me stop share for a second. I recommend that you do this assignment, okay? Especially those folks that sent me messages saying that they want to change out some of their sources. This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. Okay. I'm going to be going through and looking at your stuff, putting complete, giving you feedback, sending you messages saying you missed this and that. Okay. right? But this is a course, right? This is a how-to course. So of course I'm going to do that stuff, right? I can't resist because I am your teacher. And let's go back to share. Oh my God, did I close it? Where's my, oh, here it is. There we go. Back to share. So you're going to write one document. Okay? One document. Okay? One document. And within this one document, you're going to have these 5 sections: an introduction, history of the problem, social implications and political climate of the problem, proposed solution, conclusion, and you're going to have a reference list. This is information about your peer review groups, and your grading. Okay, so what do you need to do this outline? You need 6 sources that support your position or thesis. Well, lucky you, because you did step 2 and step 3. In step 2, you found 1 source that supported you. And in step 5, and in step 3, you found 5 sources that supported you, right? So all those folks who asked if they could use the same stuff that they used for step 2, and I told them no, this is the reason why. Because you need it, okay? So you need 6 sources that support your position or thesis. You should already have them from step 2 and 3. And you need 2 sources that are in opposition to your thesis. Well, that was step 2 and step 3 again. So you did your research. You spent that time doing your research, evaluating your data or your sources and seeing how they connect to your thesis statement or to your thesis or to your position. This is already done. What's new is you need the info, the image. So a news photo or illustration and 1 graphic, chart, or infographic, okay? So you need 1 picture and 1 graph or chart, okay? 1 picture, 1 graph. So all together, right, you will have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sources, right? In this outline and on your reference list. Use your APA documentation style guide to help you. Also, it will teach you how to help you to cite your images. Here's an example of an APA essay. You're not writing the essay yet, but it has a reference list. So the last page is a reference list. So take a look at the reference list. So what are you going to have here in your introduction? You're going to have a rhetorical hook. You're going to have a compelling explanation of the specific problem you address, compelling explanation of why the problem needs to be addressed, inclusion of who is opposed or is an obstacle to your position. A minimum, right? You're going to integrate at least 2 different sources, right? So 1 that supports you and 1 that is in opposition, and you can have your image, okay? Your visual. And 2, right? Bullet point 2, Roman numeral 2, right? You're going to have A, the history of the problem. B, a brief history of how the problem has developed. C, explanation why various sides exist. D, a minimum of 3 different sources and 1 chart, graph, or infograph, right? Okay, so you already have this stuff. Remember in step 2 when you went to CQ Researcher to find out all the information about your topic? Well, this is where you're putting it. Okay? The social implications and political climate of the problem. A brief overview of the social implications, the ripple effect of the problem. Somebody said that they think that school uniforms should be banned, right? So what are the implications? They say that it keeps people from expressing, from having self-expression, right? A brief overview of the political environment in which the problem exists, right? One person said that incarcerated individuals need to make the same amount of money for the same job as people who are not incarcerated. Okay? So what is the political environment around that? Okay? Why are people that are incarcerated only making 30 cents on the dollar? Okay? At least two different sources for social effects and two sources for political environment, right? You're going to use these sources again and again, right? So you don't have to have one source, two sources for that, two sources for that. Go back here. Go back here. Go back to step 2 and step 3 when you did your research. Okay? Those articles, all of those things should be telling you this. Propose solution. This is what you want. This is what you want. And give me some evidence. Okay? And a detailed explanation of your solution and why it's possible. Can it work? At least two sources that defends your solution. Okay? And then your conclusion. Roman numeral 5. Oh, I need to fix this. This should be A's, A, B, C. Okay, I'll fix that. Compelling argument that persuades readers to adopt proposed solution. Give reasons why. It's the best solution. You gave us a solution. Now why is it the best? Give me some more. Some more evidence in your observations. Give me some statistics, some stories, some ideas that were drawn from your research, right? Maybe a call to action. Close with a rhetorical hook. Go back to this book, this one. Crafting well-crafted arguments, right? And those chapters that you have. You got using the classical rhetorical mode, and you have the nature and process of argument. Okay? Go back and read that. Your reference list, right? This is the last page of your document. This is the last page of your document. You're going to create an APA reference list, and it should be in alphabetical order. And then once you submit everything, you're going to get put in a peer review group after the due date has passed. If you haven't submitted, then you won't get put in a peer group and you won't be able to participate in what's going on next week. So do your best to do the work right now. Grading. You submit an outline, it's complete. You don't submit an outline, it's not complete. Okay? Let's go back home. And again, on your home page, I'm going to change this. Reading, you got the same reading, learning materials, and past home pages. Let me stop here. I don't want this video to be extremely long for you guys because you guys know I can talk. I can talk it out. I can talk, yo. Okay, let me stop doing my New York voice. All right, beautiful. I'll see you later.